what is the difference between front end, back end, and full stack, and which one should I pursue?
So there's even more than that, to be clear. There's like UX developer there, which is kind of front end. There's data science, there's DevOps, there's tons of different positions. But if we're only talking about front end, back end, and full stack, the difference there is front end is more concerned about how things look. Back end is usually more concerned about performance, as in like, creating the API for the front end. And then full stack, you're doing both jobs at the same time, maybe leaning one way or the other.
Now,
So,
I would say as front end, the other thing that you have to look at is what kind of programming you like to do, because there's a huge difference, not only in the type of people that are front end and back end, but also the kind of code you're going to be writing. Because if you're writing front end, you're going to be writing a lot of CSS. It's going to be compiled down to something. You're going to be writing some form of JavaScript, whether it's a framework like Vue, React, Angular. And then once you go to the back end, those are the people that tend to be good at. I don't want to categorize people too much because there's all sorts of different developers, but there's the kind that just like to work in the bits, and all day long they like to, write their unit tests, and they like to optimize APIs and stuff like that. And then that's where you can get into like JavaScript, or no, sorry, like Node.js would be an example of a backend. You could have Java, you could have C# or Python. A lot of those are going to be object-oriented languages as well. And then full stack, if you can just be a full stack developer, like if you get good enough as a full stack developer, I think you always have a job wherever you're going. Wouldn't you agree with that?
oh yeah, especially if like part of what I see is people say full stack, even if they want front end.
Oh,
They
interesting.
want to know that you can mold to the position instead of being, because what happens if you don't need to release anything on iOS that week or that month, right? They're
Uh-huh.
probably going to put you in the back end. So people put full stack engineers when they really want a back end engineer.
Oh,
So I find that being more of a generalist usually helps you find a job unless you're explicitly going for a bigger corporation that has the ability to specialize. I think the smaller the company, the harder it is to specialize in, like, for you to be a specialist. The bigger the company, the easier it is for you to be a specialist.
and I'll add this. Be careful. If you say you want to be a backend developer, not only are you going to be writing the object-oriented stuff, they're going to expect you to do database stuff too. So be prepared for that. And the last thing I'll say on front end, people that generally are good at making stuff look nice tend to work out really well on front end too.
Not me. I can't send her a div. I have no idea what I'm doing.